Markets are sending mixed signals today as investors weigh competing narratives. Welcome to MTRS_Market Pulse. Here is your complete global indices roundup for August 13th. Markets are sending mixed signals today as investors weigh competing narratives. Let us go region by region across the major global indices. Starting with the Americas session. S&P 500 ticked up plus 0.26% to $7,748.50. Investor sentiment is being shaped by S&P 500's higher as CoreWeave results fuel RE optimism. NASDAQ 100 edged higher plus 0.74% to $29,743. Investor sentiment is being shaped by world's biggest chipmaker TSMC's sales surge 45% amid buoyant RE demand. Dow Jones is broadly flat at $53,770, awaiting a fresh catalyst. Investor sentiment is being shaped by S&P 500's higher as CoreWeave results fuel RE optimism. Starting with the Europe session. DAX ticked up plus 0.49% to €26,461. The move follows reports that oil prices slip as OPEC cuts 2026 demand forecast. Iran war keeps supply risks alive, the Times of India. FTSE 100 is trading lower by minus 0.32%, at £10,799. Investor sentiment is being shaped by strong RE earnings lift S&P 500, NASDAQ as inflation data calms rate hike jitters, Kitco. Starting with the Asia session. Nikkei 225 is up plus 1.16%, trading at 68,309 yen. Currency markets are reacting to Indian rupee may open nearly flat as RBI counters dollar demand. Hang Seng is broadly flat at 25,397 Hong Kong dollars, awaiting a fresh catalyst. Investor sentiment is being shaped by S&P 500's higher as CoreWeave results fuel RE optimism. Kospi surged plus 3.56% to 6,813.34 Korean wons in a significant session. Investor sentiment is being shaped by world's biggest chipmaker TSMC's sales surge 45% amid buoyant RE demand. Nifty 50 is little changed, hovering near 24,396 Indian rupees. Investor sentiment is being shaped by S&P 500's higher as CoreWeave results fuel RE optimism. Sensex is little changed, hovering near 77,861 Indian rupees. Investor sentiment is being shaped by S&P 500's higher as CoreWeave results fuel RE optimism. ASX 200 slipped minus 0.23% to $9,188.50. The move follows reports that S&P 500's higher as CoreWeave results fuel RE optimism. Now, a look at some of India's most active stocks in the news today. Hindustan Unilever is up plus 1.21%. Trading at 2,088 Indian rupees. Investor sentiment is being shaped by S&P 500's higher as CoreWeave results fuel RE optimism. The near-term technical picture for Hindustan Unilever looks constructive. Watch the 2,171.52 Indian rupees level as the first meaningful resistance zone. A close above there on decent volume would be an encouraging sign for bulls. As always, this is analytical commentary, not financial advice. ICICI Bank dipped minus 1.48% to 1,410.50 Indian rupees. Investor sentiment is being shaped by India's inflation accelerates to 4.45%, but unlikely to shift RBI rate outlook. Retail loan growth, mortgages, personal loans, credit cards is compounding strongly. The digital banking platform has dramatically reduced customer acquisition cost, giving ICICI a structural margin advantage. Asset quality remains the cleanest among large Indian banks. Any NPA deterioration would be the key risk signal. Now let us look at what is driving these moves at the macro level. Geopolitical risks remain elevated. The move follows reports that oil prices slip as OPEC cuts 2026 demand forecast. Iran war keeps supply risks alive, the Times of India. This is keeping traders cautious and supporting flows into defensive assets. Investor sentiment is being shaped by strong RE earnings lift S&P 500, NASDAQ as inflation data calms rate hike jitters, Kitco. Rate expectations remain the single most powerful macro driver for equities and currencies right now. Investor sentiment is being shaped by S&P 500 ends higher as CoreWeave results fuel RE optimism. And looking at how some of the biggest global names are trading today. Samsung made a dramatic move today, surged plus 4.89% to 268,000 Korean wons. Investor sentiment is being shaped by Samsung. Broadcom reached $200 billion RE memory chip deal, manufacturing dive. The HBM supply competition with SK Hynix is the defining story. Samsung needs to close the yield gap to win hyperscaler HBM contracts. Consumer DRAM pricing is recovering as inventory normalizes. Watch for any Nvidia or Google qualification update on Samsung HBM. Meta plunged minus 3.38% to $578.85 in a significant session. Equity markets are responding to reports that Meta Q2, strong growth, but the RE bill is becoming hard to ignore. NASDAQ Meta, seeking alpha. The advertising engine continues to outpace expectations. AI-driven targeting improvements are delivering direct revenue per user gains each quarter. The key variable to watch is engagement per user as Reels, Stories, and Threads compete for time. Reality Labs' losses are the one overhang, but core momentum is exceptional. Nvidia surged plus 3.03% to $224.09 in a significant session. Equity markets are responding to reports that RE chip stocks August 2026, Nvidia versus AMD investment analysis Intellectia RE. Blackwell GPU allocation to hyperscalers is tighter than supply, which is a near-term revenue flaw. The risk that most investors underestimate is valuation compression. The stock trades at a significant premium to the S&P 500. A miss on data center guidance would be punished severely. Near term, watch for any whisper on Blackwell yield rates. Let us give you our near-term view on the Kospi. From a momentum perspective, the next key resistance for Kospi sits around 7,222.14 Korean wons. A sustained break above that level could attract further institutional buying. The main risk to the upside scenario is a shift in macro conditions or central bank tone. This is our analytical view. Always do your own research. To summarize, 6 indices in the green, 7 in the red today. A clear risk-off tone is prevailing across global equities. Let us close with the key events and catalysts on our radar. Keep a close eye on central bank speakers and rate commentary, and key economic data releases. Any one of these could be the catalyst that defines the next major directional move. Thousands of investors rely on our daily briefings to cut through the noise. If you are finding value here, please like this video and subscribe. It directly helps us keep producing this content every day. Leave a comment with your market view. We feature the sharpest takes in future videos. That wraps up today's coverage from MTRS_Market Pulse. This content is for educational purposes only, not financial advice. Always do your own research. Stay disciplined, and we will see you tomorrow. That is your global indices roundup from MTRS_Market Pulse. Subscribe for daily updates across every major market.